Basics of Statistics, Part 4.
Statistical approaches. In earlier lectures, we explored how to define different types of variables, their roles, and how to describe them. In this lecture, you will learn how to link two or more variables using four different statistical approaches: estimation, correlation, comparisons, and regressions. Let's start with comparisons. Think about measuring cholesterol levels in a group of people and wanting to see how they compare between men and women. In this comparison, we included both a dichotomous variable and a continuous variable. And also, gender subgroups are independent of each other, which means cholesterol levels in men have no influence on cholesterol levels in women. And if cholesterol is normally distributed within these subgroups, we can compare their means for this analysis. The first thing we need is a null hypothesis, which states that there is no mean difference in cholesterol level between men and women. To accept or reject the null hypothesis, we need a p-value. To calculate the p-value, since we're comparing the means of two independent subgroups, we should use an independent t-test. If the p-value is larger than 0.05, we accept the null hypothesis. And if it's smaller than 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis. But when one or both subgroups were not normally distributed, we compare the medians and form the null hypothesis, as there is no median difference in cholesterol level between men and women. And to calculate the p-value, since we're comparing the medians of two independent subgroups, we should use an Mann-Whitney test. Here again, if p-value is smaller than 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis. When comparing means, the test is referred to as a parametric test, whereas comparing medians is known as a non-parametric test. So as a quick recap, there are four main statistical approaches: comparison, correlation, estimation, and regression. One type of comparison involves analyzing a continuous variable between two independent groups. For this, we begin by establishing a null hypothesis, which assumes there is no significant difference between the groups. Next, we assess whether the data follows a normal distribution. If it does, we perform an independent t-test to obtain the p-value. If it does not, we use the Mann-Whitney test instead. If the resulting p-value is less than 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis.
Thank you for watching.